Are they changed because they want to go back to their old life, or is it because they're so depressed at realizing their old life was no better than what we have now? Hope is being able to see that there is light despite all of the darkness. The new dawn blooms as we free it. For there is always light if only we're brave enough to see it, if only we're brave enough to be it. Learn from yesterday, live for today, hope for tomorrow. The important thing is not to stop questioning. Fear never builds the future, but hope does. There is some good in this world, and it's worth fighting for. It's always something, to know you've done the most you could. But, don't leave off hoping, or it's of no use doing anything. Hope, hope to the last. When we love, we always strive to become better than we are. When we strive to become better than we are, everything around us becomes better too. You may say I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. I hope someday you'll join us, and the world will live as one. You cannot swim for new horizons until you have courage to lose sight of the shore. Hope is that thing inside us that insists, despite all the evidence to the contrary, that something better awaits us if we have the courage to reach for it and to work for it and to fight for it. The very least you can do in your life is figure out what you hope for. And the most you can do is live inside that hope. Not admire it from a distance but live right in it, under its roof. Never give up. Have hope. Expect only the best from life and take action to get it. The world needs less heat and more light. It needs less of the heat of anger, revenge, retaliation, and more of the light of ideas, faith, courage, aspiration, joy, love and hope. We dream to give ourselves hope. To stop dreaming, well, that's like saying you can never change your fate. Men subjected to dehumanizing treatment experience profound wretchedness and loneliness and find that hope is almost impossible to retain. We are not youth any longer. We don't want to take the world by storm. We are fleeing. We fly from ourselves. From our life. We were 18 and had begun to love life and the world, and we had to shoot it to pieces. I suddenly felt that it was all the same to me whether the world existed or whether there had never been anything at all. I began to feel with all my being that there was nothing existing. "The reason there's no use looking," said Mr. Beaver, "is that we know already where he's gone." Everyone stared in amazement. "Don't you understand?" said Mr. Beaver. "He's gone to her, to the White Witch. He has betrayed us all." I feel no malice toward this girl. I don't even envy her. Watching, I am simply emptied, and in the dream I want to cry out, because she is something I can never be, some possibility in my life that can never be fulfilled. He screamed something without words and flung the papers and paints into the dirty brown water. He watched them all disappear. Gradually his breath quieted, and his heart slowed from its wild pace. The ground was still muddy from the rains, but he sat down anyway. There was nowhere to go. Nowhere. Ever again. He put his head down on one knee. Do not let your fire go out, spark by irreplaceable spark in the hopeless swamps of the not quite, the not yet, and the not at all. Our innocence had been replaced by fear and we had become monsters. There was nothing we could do about it. I scanned the group. Faces spoke to their future. I saw courage, anger, fear and confusion. Others were hopeless. They had already given up. As in large troops and multitudinous, when winter reigns, the starlings on their wings are borne abroad, so bears the tyrannous gust those evil souls. On this side and on that, above, below, it drives them, hope of rest to solace them is none, nor e'en of milder pang. These of death no hope may entertain, and their blind life so meanly passes, that all other lots they envy. Fame of them the world hath none, nor suffers, mercy and justice scorn them both. Speak not of them, but look, and pass them by. No. About. Oh hell, don't you understand? I didn't even realize I was talking. It's the beginning of the end. It's all downhill from here, and I didn't have very far to go. But I was really hoping to hang on to my brains. I really was. And I didn't want to think about that. I didn't want to exist inside that hopelessness. I just wanted to sink into this stolen moment with him and keep our doomed reality at bay. I'm afraid to hope but I can't help it, and the idea of hoping in this most hopeless of all places makes me want to cry. We may also find meaning in life even when confronted with a hopeless situation, when facing a fate that cannot be changed. Even when it feels hopeless, like everything is telling him to let go. This time, maybe this time, he won't let go. He'll just hold on and he'll keep going. He'll keep going until he sees the sun. I could tell more, but I cannot see what help it will be to the world. As for me, I am past human help or hope.